Hey everybody, it's Murphy Gray Hunter, and it is still Thursday night, July 20th. So, I was sitting here thinking about, I made another video that I'm going to be posting, and I really don't know what order I'm going to be putting these up on. So, I made a video before I did the food video, but that one was only like 4 minutes, and that one uploaded super fast. So, I'm just going to make videos and I'll just post them, right? So I have a list here of videos. Some videos that I wanted to make and some videos that were requested. And so I'm not going to do any of my spell ones right now because those are normally in my witchy room. And so right now I'm just going to kind of go down and see what I can talk about. So I have a few videos. Like, let me just tell you some of the videos that I'm going to be making starting this week and on. I wanted to do videos like 3 videos a week, like say for example Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I'm not like that. I'm really like spontaneous about when I'm ready to do it. I'm just like will post like maybe 4 videos at one time, and then I won't make any videos for like 3 days, or things like that. So I think because I make such long videos that if I did really short videos, I would be doing them every single day. But because a lot of the videos that I do are so long-winded, because I am so long-winded, for me to talk for like 2 hours is not a big deal. But I know for a lot of people, like, holy hell, lady. So, I'm so thirsty. Some of the videos that I want to make are tips on going vegan. And I want to thank you guys so much who are so supportive of my vegan and vegetarian videos. I live a vegan lifestyle, and for a long time I wouldn't post any kind of videos because it just really didn't seem like anyone was interested. And you guys were so supportive. I mean, because there are some of you who do not, who are not vegan, who eat meat or animal products, and y'all are so supportive of my videos. Y'all watch them, y'all leave remarks on them, like comments, so I really appreciate that, guys. I really appreciate the support. And because I know when I first started, I love this. It's Juniper Breeze, one of the old school flavors from Bath and Body. So yeah, when I really appreciate those, because when I first started, I was looking for videos of people who would give tips and stuff to help along with my journey. So I appreciate you guys so much. So the videos I have, like tips on going vegan, tips on homeschooling. I will be making some homeschooling videos very soon because it's almost time for school to start. I normally do school year round, but this is the first summer that I decided to give her off because I needed a break. I personally needed a break. I needed some time off because I had a lot of projects going on here at home, and I just needed a little break, like mentally, so I have been enjoying my break. And she actually misses school, so that makes me feel like I'm doing something right. Because she's like, I really miss school. I want to go back to school. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. She goes, I feel like I'm not learning enough right now, because we're not doing nothing. So I'm like, because we're used to doing stuff all the time. I'm constantly teaching her all the time. So right now she's been getting a break, and so, she kind of feels like, something's not right. So I just told her, baby, you're 9. Enjoy having friends over. Enjoy your summer. Because Mama's enjoying not having to use my brain right now. So I'll be doing some of those. Household tips. I want to give some household tips on just things that I use around the household, how I keep organized, things that I clean with, book reviews, witchy tags, tips on being organized, making my tea light candles. I'm maybe making my tea light candles and how I make them with herbs and stuff. Long distance relationships, what type of person am I, my phobias, a video on how to get inspired to be more witchy. Getting vibes from herbs with harvesting. That was a request. Story time. You know, like, I'm going to be doing story time like my grandma's stories. I'm going to be doing my personal just stories, you know, like childhood, early early adult, just things that have happened in my life. Money and wallet blessings, things that I cannot stand, making oils, a list of herbs to use for spells. You know, so I got a lot of stuff going on. These are just ideas. So if there's anything that y'all like for me to make a video on or show y'all, just let me know.
We're going to be making loud noises.
Oh, you can close the door. Okay.
Listening to really loud music.
Okay. Okay. My daughter's having a sleepover with her cousin. So she's like, let me just close the door. Okay, so there's two I want to talk about. Let's do this first one. My family encounters with witches. Okay, so this is going to talk about, my family has had a few encounters with witches. So I'm just going to talk about those. So number one, my oldest brother Sam, he was dating this girl. This has been some years ago. He was dating this girl, and let's just say her name is well, hell, shit. Her name is Debbie, right? I can't think of a name, so that's her name, Debbie. I don't like it anyway. So, it's been such a long time ago. This chick, let me tell you, she was Hispanic, and she wore so much makeup. Oh my gosh, you could take the makeup off of her face and like put makeup on like 5 of the women. You know, like just tab in and put it on them. Her makeup was so heavy, and it wasn't like the makeup that you see on some like women or men now. They like, it's like they look so like a piece of art. No, it just, she would just slapped on, you know. So yeah, it was bad. Anyway, so he said he had never seen her without her makeup. And I'm like, how have you never seen her without her makeup? Y'all been together for a long time. He's like, I've never seen her. And they lived together. He said that she would go to sleep. She would take a shower, wash all her makeup off, and put on a brand new face and go to bed. Damn, you must be a big time wolf if you have to wash your face off and put a new face on before you go to sleep. Like, fuck, how, you know, like, So, I'm almost out of water. So he said that he would have to wash the sheets and the pillowcases every day because they would always get stained full of makeup. And so I remember he was always telling my mom that he would always have to be buying pillowcases, you know. So anyway, she had 2 sons, I believe. And I don't remember if I was here in Texas or I was in Chicago or what was going on. But I remember my mom telling me that that Sam was always having problems with this girl, right? And so I'm not really sure what eventually happened to where they ended up breaking up. But they broke up, and then he said that he couldn't stay away from her. Like, he didn't know what it was, but that every time he tried to get away, that he just had to keep coming back. And he says, I don't want to be with her, but I can't get away from her. And so then my mom's like, my mom said, well, she must have something on you. My mom used to go and see this card reader. Why is that like that? I see like there's like this. Okay, it's just a light. My mom used to go and see this card reader. Her name was Nancy, and she lived in San Antonio. And my mom would always go to her. She would read her cards, and she was so gifted. And she would tell my mom so many things. Anyway, so she told my mom that that my brother had something on him, that the woman that he was dating was a bruja. She was a witch, and she was into witchcraft, and she had did something to him. And so he told my mom to bring him there so she could talk to him. So my mom took my brother there, and they went and they I don't know everything that was said, but he told her exactly where the pouch was. He says, go to your underwear drawer. And he goes, she told him to look in the very bottom of the drawer. And, you know, she said, in the very, very bottom, you're going to find a little pouch. And she said, that's the pouch that she has. And that has your stuff in there. I don't know what it was that was in there. And, you know, some other herbs and things that she had did to him. And put in there for like a little mojo bag. And she said, you need to bring it back to me, and I'll take care of it. So he went home. You know, in San Antonio from my brother's house, about maybe an hour and a half. So he drove all the way home. He found the pouch exactly where she said it was going to be, and then brought it all the way back. And then she destroyed it. And she gave him a little amulet to wear. And then she told him what to do, like to go around the house and, you know, cleanse the house and sage it and, you know, do the holy water and everything. And so he did. And she left him alone. But it was really nasty because she said that that he needed that protection amulet because she was getting ready to do a bunch of stuff to him. And as soon as she found out that he, you know, got rid of that she was going to want to be doing a bunch of other stuff to him. So he had to protect the house so she wouldn't come back in. And so he did exactly what Nancy told him to do. And she never came back to the house again. And they eventually broke off for good. And she went on about it. But it was some nasty stuff going on. So that was his first encounter with a witch as far as relationship-wise. But, I mean, you know, we had our grandma. So he kind of knew about the stuff that she was doing. But he never personally was affected by it, you know. Then, let me see. My brother Charlie, he was married to a woman named Linda. And I know I'm just telling all day business, right? And names and everything. Oh, well, it's not like I'm not telling the truth. It's all the truth. But he was married to this girl named Linda. And I'm trying to think exactly. There was, let me think. Okay, a lot of stuff went down. A lot of personal stuff went down that I'm not going to really say what went down. But a lot of personal stuff went down between them. And I really don't know everything. But I know a lot of stuff went down. And towards the very end, my brother tried to commit suicide or something. Again, it's a really iffy thing because they're not sure if the story was that he had taken rat poison or something, but it wasn't that he had purposely taken it. His wife Linda, they were like split up, or there was some problems there, and I don't know. He said that she made him some brownies and she brought it to his job and gave it to him, and so he was going to eat them, but he was waiting. And he was eating them on the way home from work. And he was just eating them while he was driving. And then all of a sudden he started getting really sick. And he pulled over. And so then, you know, he called my sister or whatever happened. And ended up going to the hospital. And then they found out that he had rat poison in his system. So they thought that he was trying to commit suicide. And he was just like, no. He goes, I was eating these brownies. Anyway, so they found out that there was rat poison in these brownies, or so to speak, or something. I'm sorry, I was watching this. I need to stop watching this TV, is what it is. This curling iron, you put your hair, and it sucks up your hair, and then it spits out this curly. I'm like, wow. Anyway, so, but then, again, I shouldn't even be talking about this because I don't even know the whole story. All I know is that there was something going down. My brother didn't want to be with her anymore. So she paid a witch to help her keep him or kill him. One or the other. I don't know. But she gave him the stuff to make. And if it was rat poison, I can only think that it was meant to, you know, to kill him or to make him seriously sick. But later on down the line, he found out that she had been paying some witch to do spells to keep him. And I was like, wow, that was crazy. Then, I'm not going to say any names on this one because that would be like, you know, it's, this one is kind of private, but I'll just kind of say more or less. Okay, so there was this, there was this girl, and she was married to this guy, and this girl was doing everything that her husband told her to do. I mean, everything, from anything he asked, she obeyed. He was having an affair. He was not even coming home at times. He was doing all types of mischief, and she would just accept it, right? And then she was like, I don't know why I accept it, but, you know, I just do what he tells me to do. Well, then, so then, I'm trying to give no names out. So then, time passed, and then she found out that he had put a hex on her. He had told her the next time you go get, no, I don't know what it is. He took her hairbrush. He took her hair from her brush, and then he went and he took the hair to a witch, and she put a hex on her. And so part of it was that anytime he told her, every time you go get your hair cut, you tell him you want your hair, and you bring it back to me, and I'm going to put it in this jar. And she's like, why do you want it? He said, because I love your hair, and I always want it with me. I never wanted it to be thrown. So she would bring the hair, and he would put it in this jar. Well, then a lot of things happened in between there, and a friend of the family had to go and go through some of this person's stuff, right? Because this person had to go away for a little bit. I know I can't tell you much of the story, but anyway, so during that time, the friend had to go through her stuff, and when she was going through the stuff, she found this jar, this clear jar with all of her hair in it. And so she goes, what is this? So she took it to a friend whose father was a curandero, like a witch doctor. She took the jar to him and said, I found this jar. What is this? And when he looked at it, he says, don't touch anything in it. He said, this is a hex. He goes, there's the hair. And if you look in the bottom, he says, there's a picture, and there was a bunch of powder and things like that. He said, whoever did this spell, he said, there's a hex on this person to where they dominate them. That this person will do anything that other person asks them to do. This is a strong hex. So then he told that person what to do with that jar. So that person went and took care, did exactly what they told them to do. And they said, now, when you go and see this person, ask them how they slept. So that person went to go see the person who went away for a little bit. And she said, hey, how did you sleep last night? And she goes, you know, she says, I normally don't sleep well being in here. She says, but last night, she goes, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I felt like some huge weight was lifted off of me. Like I was just like a relief. Whatever I had been worried about, or it was just like a weight on me. I felt like it was lifted. And she said, then all of a sudden, she goes, I felt free. Like I felt free, like I could breathe, like I could sleep, and I could think for myself. And she goes, I don't know what it is. And so, but we all knew it was because the spell had been broken. So yeah, that is somebody in my family, but I really can't tell much more about who. I know my brothers, I didn't even give a shit, right? Like, and he says, anybody else had run-ins that I know of, as far as anyone close in my family? Not that I can think of, but I think because of situations like that where they remember, like, oh, do you remember so-and-so? you know, they used to do all this brujeria, and they do spells and blah blah blah. You know, it really gives it gives, you know, they try to like think of all witches being negative and evil and, you know, shit like that, you know, even though we're not. But yeah, my family has come, you know, in contact with other witches, and I don't even know why they seem so surprised, because we come from a line of witches. So, but my brothers don't. I have 6 brothers, and none of them have anything to do with witchcraft. I mean, they're all into, like, you know, I don't even know if any of them are religious. It's, you know, I think one of my brothers is Presbyterian because his wife is from Ethiopia, so he converted to them. But I don't really think any of my family is, you know, religious. But my thing is, like, this should not be new because of the family that we lived in and what we grew up with. You know, this should not be new. Like, oh my God, like, where have you been? You know, acting like you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. You better eat that. You know what I mean? Like, when people act like they're so good, oh my God, that's peasant food. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, you grew up on this shit. So I don't understand why you're so surprised, or why would you let this happen to you, you know? Like, why would you be so weak and let stuff happen to you? Like, why wouldn't you not protect yourself, you know? And you know what's funny? Funny and sad is that how they can, not just my brothers, but just people in general, can look down at a witch. But the moment something crazy has happened in their life, a hex, a curse, a ghost in their house, or a demon, oh, they come running to us. Oh, please help me, please help me. But so, wait a minute, didn't you just call me the devil's lover a few minutes ago? You know what I mean? Anyway, so I just wanted to tell those 2 little encounters. You know, my mother has had her fair share of encounters with witches, but because, you know, I told you that story about my mom, how she had a babysitter taking care of the kids, and they lived in these new projects that they had built, right? And they were like really nice projects or whatever. And they were brand new, so the one they moved into was brand spanking new. Nobody lived there before. So everything was going well between my mom and my dad. Everything was going really well. And then all of a sudden, you know, they were both working. They got a babysitter. And I'm like, you lived in the projects. Why would you have to work? But I don't think, I'm sorry, my face is so itchy. I don't think it was so much like projects. I think it was just like low income. But anyway, she said that the neighbor had told my mom that, you know, when y'all go to work, she says she puts all the kids outside, like this is all my brothers. She puts them all outside, and they're outside all day long until right before y'all come home. She brings them inside, she cleans them up, and she feeds them. But other than that, they've been outside all this time. And so one day my mom came home, or was it my mom or my dad? One of them came home early. No, it was my dad. He came home early and saw all of the kids outside. This was like before I was born, I think. Saw all the kids outside in the cold, outside, just sitting there, and they were all hungry, and she was inside with some boyfriend that had came over, and that he walked in there, and she didn't expect him because he's supposed to be at work, and he kicked that guy's ass and ran her off. And anyway, so my mom said that she decided to stay home and take care of the kids and everything. And then she said that they started like arguing more, and just things weren't going well between the two of them. And she, you know, she didn't know what it was. And then that my grandma came over and told her, somebody's put something on you. Y'all have something on you, and you need to find it. There's something in this house that this person has put on you. And she told her it was a babysitter. She was the babysitter you had was a bruja, and she did something to you to break you up. She had been planning this all this time, and she put something in this house, so look for it. And my mom said that they couldn't find it. They looked everywhere. They couldn't find anything. And so I think they both lost their jobs. I mean, like, this shit was going down. She was gonna have to go move in with my grandma. Like, all this stuff was happening. So she says that they were cleaning, and she was cleaning all the spaces and stuff because they're about to move out. And she was cleaning the top of the closet. She went to the very back to clean. In the very back of the closet was a little jar. And in that jar, it was all black. And there was a bunch of stuff. She took it to my grandma. And she says, I found this. And she says, that's it. That's what it is. And it had a picture of my mom and my dad and of all of us in there. And some other stuff. Again, I don't think I was born. But it had, I don't think I was born. I don't know. But, anyway, so my grandmother broke the spell, and then she went after that girl. Her name was Felicita, and she told my mom, just bring that to me, and I'm gonna take care of it. So she, you know, my mom brought it to my grandma, said, this is what I found. And so she says, just leave it here with me. I'm gonna take care of it, and I'm gonna take care of Felicita. And after that, my mom said she didn't even hear, they didn't even know what happened to Felicita after that. I'm like, oh shit, my grandma don't play. She's like, baby, I got this. And so, yeah, she took care of it. So those are just a few encounters that my family has had with witches. And I'm going to make another video here in just a few minutes. All right, guys. Bye.